Warning: this program is intended for adults of legal drinking age. Whiskey is consumed and discussed. The intent is to educate our palates on the differences of whiskey flavors and not an intent to get drunk. Please drink responsibly.
Hey everybody, I'm Joseph Limbaugh and I fucking love whiskey. And the name of the show is I fucking love whiskey. And as usual, I am joined by my erudite and handsome co-host, Andrew Pierce.
Hi, I also fucking love whiskey. And today we have a very special guest, our friend Kai Wang. Which way is he?
Oh, I think, wait, that way? I don't know.
Towards the plant.
Yeah.
Towards the plant, Andrew.
I also fucking love whiskey.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, that's the show. Thanks, everyone.
Right? I feel like we should explain what the show is, but I think the title kind of just says it all.
I think it makes it clear. Yeah.
Go over, really.
Yeah. We're going to drink some whiskey and talk about whiskey and whatever we want to talk about. Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, like that's
sounds amazing. That's exactly what I'm here for.
quite the premise.
Well, we're talking right now, but we don't have whiskey in our hands, so we should probably do that first.
Let's fix that. Let's go to this first whiskey. This is an Ardbeg 21-year-old. This is a 46% ex-bourbon cask, and that's about all we know about it. It's one of Mickey Head's selections.
And I like to think that Andrew really loves me, so that's why he's giving me the Ardbeg treatment right from the get-go.
Kai, we all love Ardbeg. Like all of us, like this is Ardbeg is my favorite whiskey right now. Honestly, probably.
By the way, what are you doing? Why? Oh, you are like the smell concentrate in your glass for a second, and then you see. That's a little trick that I don't know.
This smells like, I have to say, this smells like cologne to me. Like not in a bad way, like a nice cologne.
Oh, with like wood and leather and
it smells like a cologne, like a fancy cologne that you would like at a rich person's house.
Yeah,
like a fancy.
Or some guy in the 70s wearing.
So no cheap gas station cologne.
No cheap gas station cologne, no.
No.
But it does. Yeah, if an expensive cologne from the 70s, then yes. But
hey,
I have never smelled a whiskey that smells like this before.
Oh. Yeah, I think, if you wore this behind your ears, just a little dab. Like there's no one in my house, so no one's going to smell this. I don't know why I did that. I'm just going to smell like this all day.
Yeah. Lisette knows. It's, when you go to a rich person's house, you go into their bathroom, you got to smell their colognes. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Of course you do.
And you're like, what? This isn't Drakkar Noir. What is this? It's like Le Monsieur Babois or something, something French.
Sure.
I just made sound.
Okay, now you give me an idea. Now I have to open up pantry and everything.
I mean, I'm definitely now it's getting more risky as I'm nosing it.
Right. You get through it.
Still that cologne is there though. But yeah, there's some smokiness underneath there. There's the smokiness and smoky peaty, a little smoky peaty in there.
And then just right at the very bottom, something sweet is just kind of lurking, like some sort of lozenge or something got dropped in the fireplace ashes.
Yeah, like someone put a Vicks cough drop in there.
Yeah, usually I feel like Ardbeg's a much more caramel-y of a whiskey, and then this one, usually you can smell the caramel right from the get-go, and this one, and then also you smell the peat right from the get-go. This one's very subdued. Maybe because it's like, I've been drinking peat whiskey, and then the Ardbeg Whisk-Kai, which is very those heavy ones, and then this one just like, this is Ardbeg?
Well, also 20, like what? This 21 years, right? So like that's going to smooth out all that stuff. That's going to,
the phenols kind of lead. It goes down in peatiness the longer you age it. So I expect this to be a very friendly peat in here, not a big heavy peat.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice. Not at all what I was expecting though. Oh wow.
Oh, the Ardbeg comes in
alcohol burn. There's a lot of alcohol burn for 21-year-old. Usually 21 is like very smooth.
Yeah. Also it's like 46%. So yeah.
Yeah. It shouldn't be this much alcohol burn.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat in this. Definitely, I agree with you, Kai.
Like it just went down to my stomach and just exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, and we started off like we had a little banknote before we started, so it's not like this is our first sip, right? So yeah, for sure. Just in case anybody was questioning us and being like, how dare
We're
they?
already toasted. We
We
just
do
keep
warm
going.
ups. Yeah. You've got to
Warm up.
stretch before you run, right? You've got to
Yeah,
take a
you
little
gotta
warm up
stretch.
before you go
Yeah,
straight
just
to something
chug the
like that.
bottle and then taste.
I don't want to pull anything while I'm drinking whiskey. This is just, yeah, it is. It's not what I would typically think of as an Ardbeg. I do really like it, and it's very subtle, and there's a lot of interesting things going on. But honestly, like I do like, I definitely would think I would prefer like an Ugadal. You know what I mean? Like, I like the because it's giving me a hint of that, but it's not like now because I love Ugadal so much. It's like a tease. It's like it's just teasing me.
Right. Yeah. There's some elements of that in there, but the peat reduction, it's interesting, and I think that because it's so old, I think it's because Ardbeg had a shutdown in the late '90s, where all these casks were just kind of sitting there in the warehouse, and then when Mickey Heads and came in as the distiller and got to open up all these casks and taste them, it was just like what a windfall. But I mean, this is really nice, but it's not what you expect from an Ardbeg. I would have a hard time identifying that as Ardbeg. I'd go, it's peated something, but
Yeah.
He is. I mean, I don't know what's the wood using. It's a bourbon cask. I definitely taste a little bit woody, and I mean, recently I kind of just like on like a little cedar kick, so I always walk on just like kind of something just like wet wood,
Mhm.
kind of a little bit on that part of things. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
like
just like a deep soaked wood.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. The wood. I think like the very first nose was interesting, because that because it did smell like nothing I'd ever smelled before. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm the opposite of a whiskey snob because I feel like people would be like, oh no, 21-year-old, it's got all these delicate flavors, it's got to be special, it's expensive, and I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather have an Ugadal.
Yeah,
I'd rather.
I mean, I tell all my friends and say like my sweet spot is like 12 to like 14, even 16 is a little bit pushing it. Maybe
Yeah.
Lagavulin 16, that's I'm like, okay, that's still good.
Yeah.
But like after 16, I'm just like, it's a different taste profile. But I don't feel like the age is like doesn't really make that much sense for me afterwards. You get smoother, but like sometimes I prefer that little bit alcohol kick at the beginning. I feel like that's like a characteristic of it. I actually enjoy that little alcohol burn at the beginning, and which this one have, which is kind of I'm a little bit surprised by it.
it
And
has
I do
sure.
like this one better than the Ugadel
For sure.
because it's like less punchy in the face taste. It's much more refined in that sense.
For sure. I agree. I like getting punched in the face, clearly.
Yeah.
And I do. I like a whiskey that, has a very like specific strong flavor and really like doesn't, I do. I like it. That's yeah. Should we science this? I'm interested to see what it does.
I think we have to. It's not one where I'm kind of going,
I'm not averse to sciencing it.
Right?
It is. I like it. It's just not, I want to see what I just for posterity. Let's see what.
I'd say like there's a funk at the end of the nose, and I'm wondering if that's gonna explode into it.
I mean, you might just get rid of that alcohol burn, just adding that refined LA tap water.
Yeah, I filtered it.
Oh,
I did not. I want the pure LA tap water taste.
right. Full of asbestos and lead.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that makes me grow another arm.
I don't know. I feel like it makes the nose a little more interesting, like maybe more savory and less of that sweet kind of cologne. But
Yeah. So articulate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this one does not have that strong a nose. So if you can, I have a really hard time just like really grasp it, but like,
It is subtle, yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, my nose is all jammed recently, not from COVID, but like, for me, just like really just like hard time
Allergies?
to it. Huh?
You have allergies, Kai?
Yeah.
Season.
Now's the time when
I don't even
everybody's
know it's allergy at this point. I just feel like I'm a mouse breather to begin with, so it's never really helped the case. I just don't use it that often.
Oh yeah, I can breathe
I
through my
reserve it
nose.
for sniffing whiskey. That's the only reason I use my nose. Yeah. Well, Like, the savory bit comes out. There's something,
Yeah,
almost meat-like in it at the finish.
I think I kind of like it better with a bit of water. The finish is really long. I feel like it burns more for me a bit, but in a different way, like a slow, shallow burn, but more of it, like it's burning in more of my mouth. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I like it with water. Like not tremendously more, but I think I like it better with water.
I think this is what I'm actually expecting when you
With
told
a
me it's a
little water.
21-year-old. This is smooth taste after one drop of water is smooth out. That's what I'm expecting when I first drink it. And that actually makes more sense. Now it actually tastes like a 21-year-old super extra smooth whiskey.
Yeah.
I fucking love whiskey. Just
he does.
Oh, man, it's growing on me the more I taste it. I'm getting more out of it. Yeah, I think the water is absolutely. It's a recommends with water. Thank Beef Squirtins 123 for following. Cheers.
Beef Squirtins to you.
Squirtins 123.
123.
123. Not any other big squirtin.
If anyone's playing the home game, let us know in the chat what you're drinking. We're always interested.
Yeah. We'd like to hear about that.
Nice. Well, you know what?
It's got a great finish with the water. Like the water just gives it such a nice, delicious, delightful finish.
Yeah.
That was like for an Ardbeg, which the Ardbeg is definitely an easy thing to approach. You know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get that peat punch in the face that Joseph and I love, and Kai loves. And that didn't deliver it right off the bat. I think that's what kind of throws you, is you're expecting an Ardbeg taste, and you get this kind of like gentleman smoking a cigar in the corner.
I would say a gentleman smoking a pipe, or even just like with a pipe that he doesn't want to light because that's too impolite. He'd be like, I will light the pipe. I will go outside and have a bowl of this pipe, but I will
veranda.
I won't do it indoors.
See,
I will sit on the promenade. Yes.
Yeah, this is for me is almost like you do the two puff of the cigar, and then you take a drink of the Ardbeg, and then the pea and the smoking taste kind of disappeared from the tasting notes. And then this is what you taste like. It's like after you did that two puff of cigar, you could come back to your Ardbeg, and then you taste much less of the pea and the smoke from the Ardbeg. And then you're like, oh, I made a terrible mistake. I should use something else.
Oh, yeah.
A Martian rum?
Rum?
What? No, that's not is that a thing?
Ron de Planitia, Amazonas. Martian rum. I don't know.
Good for you. That's must be expensive getting it to Mars and back.
Yeah.
Hey, let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on. What do we got next, Andrew? Let's
go to this one here.
Scotch Malt Whiskey Society.
A little bit of Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Glen Spey SMWS 80.9. A wolf in wolf's clothing. Refill ex-bourbon barrel. Let's see if this one lives up to its name, because this says it's not hiding behind anything.
We're really going for the ex-bourbon barrel right now.
And where is it? It's Glen Spey. I don't know that I've had a Glen Spey before today.
I would hope it's in Speyside. I don't actually know.
I don't know. We could look on the map. Let's see. Glen Spey it is in Speyside. Yeah, 89. It's up here. Glen Spey.
There you go. A wolf in wolf's clothing. Let's go. Oh boy.
Yeah, there we go.
What the?
This to me, this is a candy store, but it's like a very elegant candy store, almost like maybe a patisserie. Like there's definitely some baked goods in there, or really just fancy, rich but delicate candies.
Fancies.
Those are fancy candies. Fancy candies are tancies. Everybody knows that.
That's totally, yeah. It's known.
I was like, I guess it's a sour alcoholic taste. This complete opposite of candy store. I'm just remind me of like a hospital cleaning a hospital floor with alcohol squab over it.
There's definitely some of that in there.
It could be also be candy store, you know, different type of candy.
There was a, I can't remember if it was a mosquito repellent called Dettol when I was young, back in the last century.
That you would spray on?
Yeah, and it's kind of got this, or maybe that was a disinfectant. I can't remember, but it has a little bit of that. But the sweetness above it is the candy store.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like Kai, that's just like a flavor profile. I feel like a lot of whiskeys fall into this kind of candy store area, but within it, you know, they all smell somewhat medicinal.
It's my favorite whiskey.
I second that. Oh yeah.
Oh.
That is well named.
I don't think I ever had this type of taste before.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had this taste before. This is such a weird taste.
We should try and describe it for the people at home, but I don't know. I don't.
Wait.
What?
It's almost like as far as synesthesia, it's almost more like a sensation than it is a taste. Like I feel like it's doing stuff in my mouth that goes beyond taste. You know. Have you had Kai? Have you had much SMWS before?
Used to.
Yeah.
When I was used to.
Because that is, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like every time I sip one of them, the flavor is so unique and interesting. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what they're selling, I guess. But
yeah, just the single cask from a distillery, it can have just a different flavor profile than you'd normally get out of there. Because
it is absolutely a wolf in wolf's clothing. I think it, like I said, I think it's well named.
That's like berries, bubble gum that you chew a little bit too long. That you start to get a little bit of the rubberiness of the bubble gum, but you still have lingering of the berry taste.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's what I remember.
I would say a bit of citrus in there too, like maybe orange peel. Like maybe orange peel, maybe the peel of a grapefruit. Like it's a sour citrus, but not like a lemon or a lime. It's that bitter sour, like from a peel, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the zest of something.
Man, yeah, it is a wolf because it bites you in your mouth and then all the way down.
Yeah, it's definitely you feel the burn. It hits that burn hit. It's not as bad as the Ardbeg burn. It's much more subtle. It's more like hot chili oil kind of coating your mouth type of feeling, and then it goes away.
Longer. I feel like it lasts longer than the other one.
Yeah, it's still there. That fruitiness on the tongue is still here in the finish, and it's been like easily 30-40 seconds. And we've jumped like almost 10% in alcohol from the previous one to this one, and that this one doesn't feel as much alcohol burn as one of those crazy.
Yeah, it's just weird. That's weird, right? It's weird. Whiskey's amazing, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I fucking love it. I fucking love whiskey.
That's a bold statement to make. There's still 2 more whiskeys to go, and you're already in that camp. Okay, all right.
It seems clear to me. Yeah, this is one where it's like I feel like we should science it, but I kind of don't want to. But
well,
really
I will take another sip so I know what it's like without water, and I will take the bullet for the team.
Yeah,
I got a little bit left. I'm gonna go ahead and science it because
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. This is so perfect at this point. I'm like, I don't need more, but I'm trying
But
it.
for the sake of posterity.
Yeah.
Of course, if you guys say it's great, I will fall in line.
Huh.
Kind of opened up a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like it seems more medicinal to me than it did before. Like now I feel like I'm getting more of that that pharmaceutical candy store that you were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, almost like, and now more like it remind me of it's the like a Chinese medicine drugstore. You have the little wooden crate. You all has a little spice in there. You go in there, it's like a little bit of the roots of this, powder of that, and then just like you opened up each individual drawer has its own special taste in there. And it's that type of it. But like also alcohol disinfecting the countertop.
Yeah, it's like the shop of an alchemist.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, damn. I don't know. I liked it better before, I think.
Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't have to put water in.
That's what I think. There's more heat and more pain. And the flavor is more sour and not in a good way. I don't know. Kai, what do you think?
I no longer have the spiciness in my mouth. The water can just help just wash it all the way down. It just burns actually in my stomach right now.
I'm disappointed for you guys.
Yeah. Well, I only had a little bit left. I get more heat in my mouth though, but I don't know why. It's subjective.
It's so good. It's so good without water.
Don't rub it in. It's still not horrible with water. It's just
wouldn't expect it to be, but
yeah,
it's knocked out from.
I would say there's more wolf in it. Like you put water in it, and there's more wolf. You know. Yeah. Then it's a wolf in wolf's clothing with his wolf friends who came over to wolf at wolf pack.
So it's a furry party.
No, it's not. It's not that.
I feel like I'm wearing a fursuit right now.
When you have me come on your show, just all the inappropriate jokes coming out.
There's nothing inappropriate about just saying furries. Like, I mean, why is that suddenly inappropriate? It's just
yeah. You know what? You're right. Cheers to furries.
Cheers to furries.
No, I'm not cheering.
I mean, I would. I'm out of that, so I can't. I mean, if you're gonna cheers to furries, though, it should be with a wolf in wolf's clothing, I think.
Yeah, exactly. If you have to cheers to furries,
if you have to, yeah.
Or going to.
Not gonna. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what are the tasting notes? Oh yeah, it's SMWS. What are their tasting notes?
Yes, let me see if I can find the full ones because I've taken to copying them from the website.
I think I love SMWS tasting notes. It's always surprising. They also always have like some really weird descriptions that I never heard of it.
Yeah, they're almost poetic.
There's one that I love, just licking the fresh, clean hospital bathroom floor. I'm just like, or door handle? Yeah, it's door handle. I'm like, did you actually lick it? Like, how the hell do you get that tasting note?
I think they said a hospital door handle. I don't think they said a hospital bathroom door handle.
I don't know. I know either way. It's a hospital door handle. Why the hell are you licking it?
Yeah, well, right, fair enough.
I mean, it's probably antiseptically cleaned, right? I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah. It's just been cleaned, so it's there. All right, here we go. Cask number 80.9. A wolf in wolf's clothing. Speyside, Spey. Pine cones, fabric, and air freshener strike first in this open and inviting nose. Underlying are textural notes of engine oil, raw barley, earthy turmeric, lemon peel, and macadamia nut. Oh, I didn't know. Water opens the nose further, while stone fruits, lemon, cheesecake, lychee, rosewater, grass, sorrel, wild garlic, pistachio nut, and a pebble strewn Minerality, and a pebble-strewn minerality. Sorry. The taste is surprisingly dense for this distillery. Plenty of sooty wax, lime curds, white truffle, dried sage, hazelnut, white balsamic, garlic oil, and savory pastries. With reduction, there is a heightened earthiness, more gravelly notes, mineral oil, crushed aspirin, aged white Madeira, perfumed waxes, and old Riesling. Riesling.
I think it's Riesling. Also, I think isn't it lychee fruit, or it's not lychee.
It's probably
fruit,
lychee, not likey. Whatever, you know.
Yeah,
lychee.
I don't know.
That's the Canadian.
Is it likey or lychee? I don't know. I think
it's lychee. It's 100%.
Yeah,
lychee.
I thought it was lychee, but
100% lychee. But in Canada, we go likey. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that white truffle oil, I'm like, now you say it, I'm like, yeah, definitely that.
And that, yeah, it's that excitement of the truffle oil in it, and like that is again, that's something I haven't had in whiskey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you still have some left of the one that's unscienced.
Mm-hmm.
But we're ready to move forward, Andrew.
Oh, are we moving on?
Having had the science. And another thing, I fucking love whiskey.
Yes. So moving on to the next one. This one is called I fucking love whiskey. This one is called.
You're trying too hard.
It is an unnamed Speyside 12-year-old. The unnamed Speyside distillery is Macallan. The big name. This is a 12-year-old Signatory second fill ex-sherry butt, 63.4%. We've almost jumped another 10% here. We're going to the moon here.
You're really trying to get me to give out my social security number on this show.
Yeah. This is all just a big scam to take your money.
Major I would guess that Seaside Picnic was a good one.
They're asking if they're cask strengths because it kind of is a cask strength because it's so high on alcohol.
63.4. This has got to be cask strength. This is a single cask, so.
Whoa.
This is number 41 of 604 bottles I got out of this.
Can you just ask, just like, what the hell is a sherry butt?
It's what they made sherry in.
It's a barrel. Yeah, it's a barrel they made sherry.
Is it like the trunk of the tree? What are we talking about? What's the butt stand for? The bottom of the tree?
It's just called a butt, a butt. That's what that barrel's called. It's got a high kind of raised middle, and it kind of angles off like this. So it's really easy to roll and steer.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. Sorry, not my first language.
No, that's fine.
Well,
it makes sense.
Yeah. Also, like English is a language is like it's just adopted so many other words that it's like that's why it's so hard to like learn English because it's like it's French and it's Celtic and it's German and whatever else Latin. We put it all in there.
It's all in there.
Smorgasbord. That's why nothing is consistent in English. It's like that rule doesn't apply here. Like
no uniform rules. No
uniform rules.
I like Mandarin, which I loved Mandarin's regularity. I love that there was no future or past tense of things. I like there was no masculine, feminine. I loved it was just Mandarin is just very, I go to the store. I go to the store tomorrow. I go to the store yesterday. It's like, wow, that's so easy. I don't have to conjugate. I love it. Except pronouncing it. You can be misunderstood so easily. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. Anyways.
You are.
Oh,
this is to me another candy store whiskey, and this candy store is all dark caramel. Like that's everything in there is dark caramel, variations of dark caramel.
Maybe chocolate dust on top of that dark caramel.
Yeah. But just to flavor the caramel.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
What do you think, Kai?
I'm definitely agree with the dark caramel. It's like almost like you kind of cooked a little bit. On a little bit, the caramel is a little bit too much type thing.
Yeah, it's very dark, like almost roasted, almost burnt.
I have a little bit nutty fruit flavor in there. Like a nutty, like almond or walnut, just like you had kind of cooked a little bit.
I wouldn't even say like roasted walnuts. Like I would say it's something.
Yeah.
Like almonds are almost too light. This is such a dark.
Candied walnuts, maybe.
Yeah, candied walnuts.
Oh,
pecans, maybe pecans.
This is really nice.
That's a good nose.
For a sherry butt, it's so pale.
Yeah, that is a nice nose.
Second fill sherry.
Oh, that's a cool Glencairn glass you got. It's got the little cross stitches. Okay, I like your glass.
Yeah, well, Kai broke out the fancy Glencairn for us today.
Wow, it's like crystal. Ooh. Can you do the?
I think it's a little bit too thick of a glass for that, but I like the sound of it. And then it's like special occasions, pass out the special glass just for you guys because I fucking love whiskey.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh. Favorite whiskey again.
Oh my God. Seconded. Oh my God. That does not disappoint. That nose, because that nose leads directly to this. Like, this is not surprising at all. It's in a good way, because the nose was awesome. Sometimes the nose is great, and then you taste it and you're like, meh. This is like, you like that nose? I got more of that for you.
Chocolate and citrus.
Yeah. Like blood oranges in dark chocolate that have been roasted almost to the point of being burned, like cooked on a fire, I think, roasted on a fire.
80% dark chocolate with blood orange peels. At the bottom of it, you have the cocoa nibs. Just put at the bottom of it. Just have that little bit more smoky cocoa nib at the bottom of it. Here you go. That's the chocolate bar that we want to pair with this whiskey.
It's like a chocolate pie of citrus.
There is like a hint, like I will say there's like a hint for me of like one of my, Fruity Pebbles was the cereal that I always liked. My brother liked the Cocoa Pebbles, but there's a bit of Cocoa Pebbles in this.
Not the chemically end of it, but the sweet chocolatey part of it. I think so. Yeah. Oh man.
Like the way it would make the milk taste. Like if you had your milk would kind of turn into chocolate milk when you put the Cocoa Pebbles in it, right?
Yeah. It's just like that taste of you drinking that afterward. Amazing milk. Yeah. Not the like pebble part, just the milk part.
The milk part, yeah.
I think this must have been one we tasted at UBWS at our Whiskey Society, because I have 2 bottles of it, and I must have tasted this and gone, "Oh yeah, I think one is not enough."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thad, are you tasting along with us?
Yeah. What do you think, Thad?
I'm not tasting along with y'all today, but I am excited based off of all your reviews for each of these. So I look forward to.
Hey, good. And Thad, once again, congratulations on your marriage 2 weeks ago. We're going to keep doing this forever.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Damn, that's good. Yeah, I don't want to science this. I'm going to make Andrew do it.
Oh, screw you.
I did the last one.
That's my internal voice.
Can you say you kind of remind me the Dapple, the rum that I've been drinking lately? Like this rum, you kind of remind me of this rum, the taste of it, just like that rich, warm flavor. Because that's why I drink this, just because that it has that kind of chocolatey, warm taste. This like kind of remind me a little bit of that.
No, it definitely has a rum flavor. The fact that it's made from sugarcane, like for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is surprising amount of similarity.
I'm doing it for you guys.
Oh, that's a lot though. Drink some more first. Don't. You have so much in the glass. You should drink some more. Don't.
Yeah, please drink a little bit more.
Yeah, you're hurting my soul, Andrew.
He has 2 bottles of this. Let him do what he wants.
We don't know what it's gonna do, and it's precious.
He has 2 bottles of this.
I'm really surprised by Macallan. This is like a lot of rich flavor coming out of Macallan. Usually, like.
That's a great point. Yeah, I would like. I know that you said this was a Macallan, but this doesn't taste like a Macallan to me at all.
No.
Like I actually am. Yeah, I'm actually not a huge fan of Macallan. Like Macallan is like kind of, I don't know. It's like, it's so popular. It's like
me either. I never buy Macallan.
It's overpriced for what it is.
Good. This is the best Macallan I have ever had, and it's great.
I absolutely agree with you.
But in this, I do taste like a very faint echo when I have Macallan. I taste a very faint echo of this. Like it's blended with other, or it's married with other casks from Macallan when they put out the Macallan no age statements or the 12 or whatever. I feel like, yes, this is an element of it, but they're putting other stuff in there that is not quite as good as this.
Have you described the difference between blended and married? Because you made that distinction very specific.
Yeah. So when a single distillery takes multiple casks and put them together, they call it vatted or married. But when you take casks from multiple distilleries and put it together, you must market that as a blended Scotch.
Marja agrees with me.
I know. I don't know what about though, because that was
probably about the Macallan, I think.
Oh, maybe Marja. We'll clarify. I don't know how to say it because I'm Canadian and I say likey.
About waiting before adding water. Okay.
I see. Okay, thank you. No, that's not how it's spelled.
Yeah.
I know it's Marie Soleil behind there, but that says Marja Arinko. Arinko. That's what happens if you put letters and vowels together. Just,
I mean,
you get words.
I should be the last person to try to pronounce anybody's names.
Maria Aurinko. Maria Aurinko.
Aurinko. Maria Aurinko.
Aurinko.
Finish.
I'm not finished yet. I really made Joseph mad.
I fucking love whiskey. Yay.
He's back. Oh, I'm getting all sorts of detriments for my.
What's happening?
That is just decrementing my love for whiskey points.
I feel like that's fair. I feel like puns should lower your. They should lower your.
I'm watching over here, it just kept going down and down. I'm like, yeah, it's probably fair enough. That thanks. Okay, yeah, I'm putting water in. Here we go.
I mean, I'm going to take one more sip and then also going down this journey with you.
I have a little bit. I'll see what Andrew says. I might try it. If he says it's interesting, I'll try it. It is very very dense. So this might actually do some interesting stuff. I'm kind of interested to hear what he has to say.
It doesn't hurt the nose. I'm glad because
nose is great.
Yeah, I think it brings out a little more wood in the nose.
Still get a caramel nose.
Yeah, that's still there, but I feel like the wood has kind of come up to meet it.
No, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it burns a lot more.
Yeah, something in the finish. Yeah.
It really burns.
Does make the nose more accessible.
I definitely don't get the. It's not rounded anymore. It just burned.
Yeah, the heat is really overpowering.
Yeah.
It's so strange. Like, shouldn't it be the opposite? How is that possible? Like now it's just a mouthful of fire, like delicious fire, but a mouthful of fire.
The water pushes the alcohol molecules apart and lets any kind of the other, residual bits of the cask and the original malting through. So the flavor should be more there, but yeah, you'd think the alcohol would be lessened by it, but that really opened it up. Again, it's not terrible, but it
was so good before. Yeah. Yeah, I would almost say no water, but if you have a little bit left, I think it's worth trying. It's interesting if you have a little left.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to try this once, but I'm never going to put water in there ever again.
No, and you have a little more, right? I give you a little bit more.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I saved a little bit, just like it's so good. I'm gonna rewatch this and then re-examine it second time.
Yeah, and you can sit with it the second time. That's what I like, is like, you know, on a night when you're not doing it. You know, your haircut, oh my God, I gotta tell you, you know, you're a K-pop idol right now. It's crazy.
I hate you. Like, I just got a haircut today. It was just like I haven't cut my hair because the second lockdown. Haven't cut my hair.
I saw you last night, and I'm seeing you today, and it's like, oh yeah, man, you're a member of the what is it, the BRB, the Be Right Backs? What are they called? BRT, BRL? I don't know. What are they called?
English.
What's the K-pop group? BTL.
Oh yeah, no, they're on Beat Saber. Like it's one of the music packs on Beat Saber, and I bought it just because I love Beat Saber, and so I bought all the music packs. Like I don't know their music at all, but I was like, I like playing Beat Saber, so I gave them money.
I don't get how anybody listen to them, because I don't know how they can be popular in US, consider that nobody understand what they're saying. They're saying in Korean.
It doesn't matter. They're all cute, and they're all like, oh, I'm so serious and I'm so posed.
I think they have some English words in their songs, because if we're talking about the same group that is on Beat Saber, then yeah, some of their lyrics are in English, and they have little, when you play Beat Saber, little cartoon versions of them fly in front of you while you're playing Beat Saber. It's kind of distracting, but it's adorable.
I do have to say,
with your Beat Saber.
I do have a really great Korean barber. I just like today I went in kind of just like. My hair was super long, so just like, help me. And then this happened. I just let him do his thing, just like.
You look good, Kai. You know, if someone
look good. Yeah,
me to
I think you look
good.
good.
Yes, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, you look younger than you did last night. I will say that. Yeah.
So I go from 21 back down to babyface now.
Yeah, you could pass for 18. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could. Like, there's no real benefits to that. But
now you're
blowing smoke. 30-year-old going to Canada and then getting carded, and the Canadian drinking age is 18 years old. I feel like it's really offended. Like, really, like your drinking age is 18 and you're gonna card me right now? I'm like, almost double of that.
Dude, you know
that sounds horrible, Kai.
There's a time though when no one cards you for nothing, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
If I can grow any, I would love to grow it just so they won't card me. But like this thing is a desert. Nothing grows in this area.
The beard is always greener. The beard is always greener on the other side.
It changes, Kai, because when I was 28, I could not. I wouldn't shave for weeks, and no one would notice anything. And now I go for a couple of days, and this nonsense happens. So.
Is it because the whiskey, you start drinking whiskey, you started growing? Is that the trick?
I became a man when I drank whiskey. Just like you become a woman when you drink whiskey too. Or whatever you want to be.
Where this stay political correct?
Kai, so anything you want to plug? Any games you worked on that are coming out, or any movies? No. Okay, good. All right, moving on.
Just I mean, I just started a new company, Deviation Games. We are a brand new company, just started. We're like a little bit over a year old. We're hiring up right now. We're doing big things. Can't say what we're working on, but look up Deviation Game and then check out their job board and then apply, because it's gonna be big. It's gonna be amazing.
Cool.
All right.
I'm excited.
BTS is the name, and they are the Beat Saber group, because Dynamite is definitely a song that I have played. I think I know some of the lyrics for, like, one of their songs is "Not Today," and that one I believe it's like oh, not today, not to, and you have to like, it's like we're not going to get defeated today is kind of the gist of it, but yeah.
You know more about K-pop than me right now.
I'm sure I do. Like I said, I played all. I probably know their. I will, if one of their songs is playing, I would recognize it because I played them multiple times in Beat Saber.
Thank you, K711. That's interesting information, and yeah,
I think that's supposed to be Kevin 11. It's elite speak for Kevin 11.
Kevin 11. It's Kevin 11.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's pretty cool.
It's Kez 711.
No.
I also like 7-Eleven. I mean, he might be a Nets fan. It's like LeBron is KD and Kyrie Irving. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess your name it really is Kevin. I got that. I'm just saying. I just trying to read the. I'm the jerk. I'm a jerk, Kevin. I apologize. Thanks for being an audience member. Are you drinking anything? Let us know. We're interested in that. Hey, we have one more whiskey to go. Did you know that?
Yeah, and it's an SMWS, which we like.
We like them. We like them a lot. Here, let's have a look at it. Here it is. I'm excited about this one. This is the first time I've tried it. This one is called Tar in the Woods. Am I holding it up right? And I've gone off the screen that has the information about it. It's a Glenturret SMWS 1650 Tar in the Night. Recharred hogshead. So they used the hogshead twice, which was made of bourbon staves, and then they scraped it and recharred it for this particular bottling. And the nose.
And what is charring, Andrew? For those who do not know.
For those that don't know, when you make a whiskey barrel out of oak, you flame it first. And the bourbon you've seen, I hope you've seen bourbon barrels being flamed. What they do is that kind of burns the inside or toasts the inside, depending on how much char they put in there. And that makes the wood more accessible. So as the whiskey ages in there and as it heats up, it gets sucked into the wood, and as it cools down, it gets pushed out of the wood. And that's the part of the process that gives it that kind of vanilla flavor, or it absorbs a lot of the oak flavors and does a lot of chemical reactions in there that let you access all these flavors. It's part of the really exciting part of it, which I flunked out in kind of chemistry. So I don't know what happens, but interesting, great stuff happens, and I taste it. That's all.
This is called Tar in the Night.
Tar in the Night.
In the Night. It's kind of like Wolf in Wolf's Clothing. It's like a double darkness reference, right?
Wow.
Tar in the Night.
Right, because you wouldn't see that. You'd step right in that, and you'd be stuck.
You'd be stuck in it.
I hope to be stuck in it. Let's see.
Oh wow. I'm stuck in this nose. That's for sure. It's interesting. It's almost a candy store whiskey, but it's not. Because it's it's not. It's got peat in it. It's got smoke.
Yeah.
And that organic fennel.
There's a little bit of like marsh, like you're in like a little bit swampy area. Kind of.
It does. The La Brea tar pits. Like this does remind me of the La Brea tar pits. Like the smell. I swear to God, like this is like because you can. It does smell like tar.
I get the tarriness. I also get fresh linen in here.
Sure.
Like over top of it.
For sure. Yeah. Damn, that is a great nose.
Wow.
I fucking love whiskey. Oh, what is Kai doing? Did you do that on purpose? You put some on your hands?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I've not seen that before.
Oh no.
Yeah, you put a little bit of whiskey on your hand, you rub it, you burn off the alcohol, so you can smell the barrel and the flavor, other things that's in there. Yeah.
Interesting. I always learn something on this show. I don't pretend to be an expert.
Yeah. I sometimes pretend to be an expert, and then I'm always proven wrong. So I don't know why I do it.
I just fucking love whiskey.
Exactly. That's exactly the. Yeah, this nose is great. I haven't tasted it yet, but I have a strong suspicion this is going to be my favorite whiskey.
It really feels.
So sad for your buttons. Do not press that button yet.
Not until we taste it, but then you could probably press it once. Oh boy. Yeah, you can press the button now. Press the button. This is my favorite whiskey. Damn, it's strong though. Oh boy.
It's strong, but it's
Oh, wow. That is a long finish. That is a long journey. Like I took a tiny sip and I feel like I walked for a mile.
This is definitely my favorite whiskey tonight. Yeah, this is the one.
I feel like
it's so complex. It's like twisting and turn, just really go down to every single part of your flavor palette. Just like you get just a little bit, and then, it changed again. It pivot again. Just pivot like 3-4 times.
Look over here. Oh, these taste buds are feeling a little neglected.
Yeah, if I was going to build a house in this whiskey, it would be like an interdimensional bungalow with like each wing would be a different world. Like the whole house, it'd be like one of those houses that's like a magical house where like every wing is on a different planet or in a different terrain. Like, oh, this way is the jungle and over there is the desert and down the stairs is the Arctic. Like it's all, yeah, it's like a magical house with just a bunch of different places in it.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
But the house itself is in the middle of a tarry swamp.
I just saw Seth's finishing notes, just long, and with all the O's.
Hey, that is a huge part of the show. That is making all sorts of editorial comments and wonderful things in the show. And I think he does it because I fucking love whiskey.
I think he does it because Thad fucking loves whiskey.
Oh, Thad fucking loves whiskey. Yes, fair enough. See, thank you, Thad. he's taken mercy on me. He's dropped me from -10 to -7. I appreciate that.
Oh boy,
you're gonna take me back for actually mentioning it, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is great. Another one that I'm like, I don't want to science it, but at a certain point, if we do think about it, like it is so strong. Like I don't know. I feel like it's robust enough to handle it. Yeah.
But again, like sometimes that water just opens up some flavor that was like masked, that was not contributing.
Yeah, it's like caramelly at the beginning, and then it turned to like apple tart, like caramel apple tart, like almost like a little creme brulee, but it's only the top layer, the flame part of the creme brulee type of deal, the top part.
The caramelized, crunchy stuff at the top, yeah.
And then but still have a little bit of the apple flavor that's like an apple tart flavor at the bottom.
I want to say it's like a salted caramel because it's sweet, but it's got so much savory in it. You know what I mean? It's like heavily salted caramel.
It's a dessert. This is a dessert whiskey.
Yeah,
there's something almost fizzy in it, in the finish, almost
not like a soda, or like just the syrup of soda with just a little bit of bubbles in it. Like a kind of a drugstore, like a soda fountain, but like a caramel, like a caramel float. Like not a root beer float, but like something that's like made with caramel.
You're showing your age over there talking about drugstore soda.
Hey.
I used to work at Farrell's, so that has nothing to do with my age, because that Farrell's is based on like the drugstore soda fountains of like, the turn of the century.
Actually, I have no idea what Farrell is. I came to US.
It was like an ice cream.
Idea what that is.
It was like an ice cream like place on the West Coast, mostly of America, and it was like people would wear straw hats and barbershop quartets, and like they had a candy aisle, and they had like a full like soda fountain like you would get in at a drugstore in the 50s, but but the whole ambiance of the place was like 1890s, like it was like turn of the century 1900s, like right around there. So anyway, that was Farrell's.
Yes,
they're all gone now.
So many things are gone now.
The Farrell's.
Yeah.
And to every other restaurant, bar, eatery.
Oh my god, I do this listing on my Google Map, and then recently I had to go through just purging all the permanently closed one. Like 20% of my list is basically permanently closed. I have to purge all of my want to go list and the star list. I'm just like so sad. Like some great place. I used to live in New York City, had over 100 restaurant and bar lists in New York City. Just like I was going through that list to see what survived, and just like that, it's heartbreaking to look at that. Yeah.
Like my hope is that those restaurateurs pick up again once we're open and can come back and do something amazing and new.
My hope is they all move to Los Angeles.
That'd be good.
A
And
lot of them are. Have you seen among the
Oh,
New
I
York
know.
City license plate on the road right now? Holy shit!
I'm enjoying the bounty of pizza that is available to us here in the city
Okay.
now.
I stay in the
Hi, Mo.
line on the first day the Prince Street Pizza opened in West Hollywood. And they're like, we have like New York City water filtration, blah blah blah.
you
It
mean
was
you're putting stuff into the water?
huh?
You're putting stuff into the water to make it
They
more
say
like.
they're using New York
Yeah.
water.
You
in
should
their
try
pizza,
Joe's
but-
Pizza on Ventura. Joe's Pizza is pretty good, and so is I just had last night Pizza Wagon of Brooklyn. Was pretty good. So.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
Pizza Wagon Brooklyn. I might try that, but like, yeah, it was like, my friend was just like, Aaron. He co-founded LimeWire Drinks that you can get like the soda, like it's like a cocktail in the can. He co-founded, and then you can find it in LA store right now. But he was telling me that like it wasn't the water that makes the New York pizza special. It's the air. It's the like. It's the moisture. It's everything else. You let the dough sit, the air, and everything else. In LA, the air is too dry, so the dough ferments just differently than compared to New York City. When you sit that in that New York City like taxi filters the air.
So what we
So
need is
somehow
we
you
need
add
like
a
a
bit
we need
more
like a
flavor to it.
to really have New York pizza. You need to have the pizza place within a humidor. Basically, is what you're saying.
Right.
And they could bring water from the Hudson and just like turn it into vapors and yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Somehow it's like there's some good pizza in LA, but like something more about New York. I mean, or I'm just late night. I just go down to Prince Street, have one of those giant slices, and just like
Listen,
I'm so
once
drunk already. Just this is the most amazing pizza.
once most of the population is vaccinated and we can go out again, people are going to be going crazy to go out. Like, hey, let's not eat at home tonight. Oh yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. So I really hope that these restaurants open and get back to a
I'm sure a lot of stuff will come back. There, yeah. It's also like, have you seen the picture of the cat that was like going to this stadium like since the pandemic started? Like that cat that was like going to the stadium every day, and then there's a picture of its face on the first day where it showed up at the stadium and there was like people there, and it's just like, ah, like the cat. The cat's like, well, who are these assholes? Like you can just see its face is like, why? This is my place. I have all this space to myself, and now there's this. Yeah, I relate to the cat. So anyway, this is an amazing whiskey. Is anybody sciencing it? Are we sciencing it? What's the story?
You go ahead.
I'm gonna drink one more zip and then I silence it.
I mean, we
Why
can't just only let the guests science it.
I think we can.
We can. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, I'm just happy to be here. I would love to just be the one doing it.
Be the guinea pig. Thank you.
Yeah, I would totally do it. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm compelled to make a dinging noise whenever I put a drop of water to something, but I have to. I don't know.
I think it makes sense to me.
Is it just me that every single time I science it, I just feel like the nose is all diluted?
No, I'm like that too. Like it should open up, and yet the water to me knocks the nose down in a lot of cases.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want this nose knocked down.
Yeah, there's like barely any left.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's the same type of nose, but just like really faint now.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not
don't get a peat anymore.
Oh, Andrew's doing it.
Oh.
Can't let the guest be alone. You're right.
We do need to read the tasting notes for this too.
Yeah, I got them up here.
What do you think, Andrew?
I think I should send you the link to the tasting notes occasionally and have you read them. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm happy to read them.
do it in future shows.
You can put it in the chat right now.
This is Oh, sure. Yeah, here.
That way our guests can read along.
Yes, happy MLB opening week for those of you that like baseball. And thank you, MLB, for moving out of Atlanta for the All-Star game, because screw you, Republicans, every single one.
Aw.
And if I have Republicans watching the show, you're stupid.
I mean,
You're
hey,
fine, everyone or you're racist. You're racist
I
or
mean,
you're stupid.
there's some good ones, but like,
Nah, not at this point. Like, well, at this point, if you're still
Republican, you're racist.
Like maybe 20 years ago, but let's just be honest. Like at this point,
that's where you can be a Republican but not vote Republican. But you
and that's where you should be right now.
Then you're not a Republican, really.
So far to the racist end. You can be conservative. I understand conservative. I don't understand Republican.
I guess sometimes I mixing those two, conservative and Republican, up.
Yeah, they're not the same.
You can be both. Yeah.
One's a virulent strain of racism right now. Sorry. Anyways, we don't want to talk about that right now. Hey, happy thoughts, whiskey.
You want me to read these tasting notes, or what do you think of water? Does it change the flavor? What's the story?
Oh, wait. I think it's all still accessible. It's softer, and then the heat comes out in the end. I don't think it hurts it. I think the water.
You smooth out the roll.
Yeah.
You smooth out the roll, so you get those quicker turns. You get those turn faster. Just like start to be like that, and it's like, oh, it's done. It's like you still get all the notes, but it's like boom, 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 boom. No longer it's like one, next one just becomes so much quicker.
Yeah, it's just like a sloshy. It's going across your tongue instead of attacking.
I might have to try that. I'm going to read these tasting notes first.
Yes, I love that you moved the microphone closer to really get the.
We're going into NPR mode.
Yeah, please.
Through the darkness came a thick treacle of golden syrup, nut oils and heavy tar, stuck on Wellington boots alongside clumps of clean earth that suggested rhubarb, and roasted root vegetables. Toasted pine nuts and crispy bacon created a delicious cooperation that moved into cardamom, cloves, and cured meats. With walnut, more tar tangled with coal and scorched earth, but now suggested creamy textures and medicinal melodies. Dry smoke married a delicious sweetness on the palate as Battenberg cake arrived and rolled in charcoal and ash. Notes of burning heather and chimney soot combined on a finish that retained hints of fruit and sweet oak.
Yeah, I would agree with a lot of that.
Yeah. That crispy bacon pine nut combination, I definitely, the moment I read that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not bacon. That like a second turn is definitely went to the bacon land.
I'm gonna try a little water.
And then the turn back to the pine nut. Yeah. By the way, great read.
Thanks, Kai.
Like, you gave me hope. Well, after Morgan Freeman is gone, somebody can take over those ad
You
readings.
scared me for a minute that you said Morgan Freeman was gone. I'm like, what? What happened? I didn't. No, not Morgan. Okay, but good. Okay.
No, he's still around. He's still doing good.
Wow, there's like 17 people now in here.
Yeah, now that I've ranted. Hi everyone. Good timing.
Oh yeah, that is not bad with water at all.
It's not bad at all. No,
that is more accessible in a lot of ways. I like that with water. I would even almost recommend water for that.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's about time, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
Do you think it's I think
we have a question. Yeah.
Yeah, we have kind of a serious question for you. Is that okay?
Yep.
You're okay?
Fine. Ask it away.
All right. Well,
And first of all, thank you for taking your time out from BTS to be with us tonight.
yeah, I really love Dynamite. It's a great song. Yeah, Not Today. That's the other one I really love. Ugh, I don't like so much. It's really hard to get. It's really hard in Beat Saber. But anyway, at least on Expert Plus. But here's the question that we have for you: the serious, oh so serious question. Kai, you've tasted 4 whiskeys today. After tasting these whiskeys, the question we have for you is: do you like whiskey?
No, I don't like whiskey. I fucking love whiskey.
That's the right answer.
Hey, Kai, thanks for being a guest on the show. Thad, thank you for doing the engineering. Who else do I have to thank? I have a list over here. Thank you, Outpost 13, for hosting us. Thank you, Aaron Harvey, for the graphics, Cody Bushy for the bot. Thaddeus, again, thank you for doing this, and congratulations on the wedding. We're gonna congratulate you that on, forever. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to Outpost 13, please do so. Please, in the Twitch, subscribe. It's if you're Amazon Prime customer, you can do it for free, and the channel gets money to help do these sorts of things, which is fantastic because they have such great shows. Like yesterday, Friend Fiction on Friday nights, alternating Fridays. It's just like I'll break it down. It's this whiskey show about our love for whiskey, except they're talking about their love for fictional characters. So basically, we're the same show.
I fucking love fictional characters.
Trek table tomorrow afternoon at 3-4. Tomorrow afternoon, check out the schedule. Wait, it's right here in front of me. 4 p.m. They're keeping space for biopic people in the Trek universe and using the new Discovery series to kind of go through that. And if you haven't seen Discovery, they're going through episode by episode. They've got like 3 seasons now that they can go through, and they're going through episode by episode. So you can watch along with them and learn something new about Trek every single time. They got the Pug Hour, an improv show tomorrow night, and made up music once a month. Like they make up a song on the frickin' thing, and you can contribute by typing things. And they're excellent musicians and great improvisers, and they accept your offers. There's probably more wonderful stuff. So, but just if you have not subscribed, do it now. Thank you so much.
Is that I just realized there's a counter. Is that the counter for love for whiskey? Yep. I fucking love whiskey. I fucking love whiskey. I fucking love whiskey. I fucking love whiskey. It just be Andrew to I fucking love whiskey.
I'm at -7. You've beat me. You don't even have. You just have to, I'm always in the minuses.
It's very subjective, based on how Thad feels. 20. And if you say it and he doesn't feel like you deserve it, he doesn't give you a point. So
our guest should always win.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep on saying it until I beat everybody. But thanks for adding it.
You're at 20. You're fine. We can't catch up.
Cool. Thank you so much for you guys having me, and this is such a great experience.
And one other thing. So Timothy, who's going to be our guest in May sometime, does a single-person RPG later tonight at 7:30. Please stick around for that and tune in for a single-person RPG with the Ironsworn campaign. It's unbelievable that he can do this, and he keeps finding. I mean, it's an amazing adventure that his character Flea is going on, and if you haven't seen it, please go back in the Twitch or on YouTube and follow along with this character, get up to speed. What an amazing story! That's all. I don't know what else we got to say. You got anything coming up, Joseph?
Not really, but I fucking love you guys and whiskey.
Yeah, and I can't wait for Joseph's working on a project called Blackbirds, which he's kind of previewed a little bit here and there. I can't wait for that to come out, and I want to talk about it. I want to play that game.
You can follow it at blackbirdsrpg.com or at blackbirdsrpg on Twitter. We release art and stuff, and you can see what's happening. It's very dark, very, very, very dark fantasy RPG.
Thank you, Major Paul, for being here. Thank you, Mo0103. Thank you, Marja Urinko, which is Marie Soleil in Finnish. Thank you, Tipsy Asparagus. Thank you, Kevin. I think I got it right. And probably other people, Lieutenant Bodie Cooper, Lisette, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I just want to leave you with one thought.
Oh.
I fucking love whiskey. I think you knew it was coming.
Good night, kids.
Right.